suppose I can give a little introduction to the respect game. If anybody else wants to go ahead, then feel free to do so, but otherwise I'll just explain briefly the way it works and the core principle of what we call fractals. So there's a whole history. We started out with something called the Genesis fractal and Fractally, and we've been doing this at Eden fractal, and now there's been probably like 10 or 15 other communities who've also been pioneering, experimenting this process, and the main core of it is based around the respect game. And the way that the respect game works is that, well, depending on how many people you have in the group. So right now we have 4 of us, so we'll play with the 4 of us, but you can play with as many people as you want. If you have 10 people or 20 people or 100 people or 1,000 people, then they all go into different breakout rooms, and they go into breakout rooms of approximately 6 people, sometimes 4 or 5, depending on how many people are in each group. And then each person takes a turn, takes turns to share what they've been doing to help the community. In this case, we're all about helping Optimism, helping the Optimism Collective. So each person will take about 4 minutes or so to share what they've been doing to help the Optimism Collective. If you're a builder who's been building software for Optimism, or if you're a creator who's been creating videos or introducing friends to Optimism, or whatever it is that you're doing to help Optimism and spread the optimistic vision, then you can share that. You can share it on a week basis, because we host these meetings every week. So you can do your work throughout the week, help out, and then during the weekly meeting you come and you share a little overview of what you did to help, and then the group works together after hearing everybody's presentation what they did to help Optimism to form consensus and determine whose contribution was the greatest and whose contribution was the second greatest and the third greatest and so forth. Each participant ranks each other's contributions to help Optimism at each Optimism Fractal meeting, and then they each get different ranks from level 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, which is basically like first place, second place, third place, and fourth place, and so forth. And then everybody gets respect from that. And respect, sometimes we call it respect points. It's a non-transferable token, or like a soul-bound token, that can be used for all kinds of helpful purposes, a way to award public goods creators. There's potential where the respect can help make community decisions in the future, and it can help form reputations. That's kind of what you need to know right now. And of course, you could check out optimism.fractal/details for a much more detailed overview of it. But being that we're on limited time here and just wanted to introduce it, that's the basics. We're each going to share what we did to help Optimism, take a couple minutes or take a few minutes, as long as within 4 minutes or so. And then we're going to hear each other out, and then we can ask each other questions for a little bit. And then by the end of the meeting, we'll come to consensus, and we'll use the Fractogram app with Telegram, and we'll use the web app that Vlad built and the smart contracts that Dadas built to pin these results, who got level 6, 5, 4, and 3, and so forth, to the OP mainnet. And then that will live on the OP mainnet forever. It'll be immutable, so people can see what the rankings were, and then those can be used in all sorts of different ways in the future.
To simplify, the main rule is that 2/3 of a breakout room has to make the submission, at least 2/3. And then we initially have some other protection, but this is the main thing. This is the most important part with regards to reaching consensus within breakout rooms. Technically, we don't want to enforce any kind of method. Theoretically, people could even choose to not use Fractalgram, but use some other tool, for example. The point is that this final signal, this submission on chain, is made, and from these signals of individual people, that you can see that we have consensus.
And I just wanted to add a little detail about the respect distribution, that the respect is non-transferable token representing respect, and it gets distributed using the Fibonacci ratio. So level 6, for example, would receive 55 respect, level 5 would receive 34, level 4, 21, and so on. With each week, the sum of the total respect will be able to be easily tracked, because it's all on chain, and over time participants build up their respect points.